Disclaimer, this video is made for an adult audience.
What's the upside, my dear adult fans of Lego Solbrick in the house, and I'm standing here in my custom Lego town called Soltown. In today's video we're gonna try to create space where there basically is no space. I have this walk path here, and I'm thinking, maybe we're thinking that I'm gonna raise a part of it, like something like so that these three buildings will go up here, and I will probably keep the pharmacy down there, and then I'm gonna take the Lego store and make it into something that reminds us a bit of a hobbit hole. I'm basically going to make this just one floor, so this part will go there, and then I will just pop that one down there or something. I don't know, something like that. So it will go underneath this raised level. I think that's going to be cool. And then we're going to put in some sort of wall or fence or something up here. So I think that would be pretty cool. And the reason is, where's my reason? Oh, there's a reason, and the reason is here. Well, I found this Lego French, this Lego French, ooh la la, Peach Pit. I want to call it the Peach Pit, but I guess that's from Beverly Hills. This is the Central Perk. I was a super fan of Friends when I was like 13 back in the 90s, but I haven't been watching it the last, I don't know, 20 years or so. Still, it's a really good set, but I want to make a smaller version because this does not fit in Soltown. As you can see, it's just a lot of small buildings. So where the Lego store was before is where I'm going to place the smaller version of the Peach Pit. I mean the Central Perk. Central Perk? Focus Perk? Central Perk. What does that even mean? What's a perk? I know what a perk is. You can get a perk at work or something. It's not that I don't like you. It's just I think you should subscribe to Solbrick's channel. Okay, I'm gonna. And smack a like. Before I start tearing this apart, it must be destroyed. I would just like to acknowledge how extremely horrible 90s design of carpets and textiles were. I mean, look at this pattern. I had a sofa that you could turn into a bed in my room when I was a kid. That basically looked something like this. Or like it looks like, you know, you take a picture of vomit and then you pixelate it, and the same goes here. So, but I remember the 90s. I thought that fashion in the 90s was the coolest ever. So back then we thought it was pretty good looking, but it hasn't aged well. It's also funny how they actually did this carpet, because as you can see, it's almost like a 0.5 millimeter that this is pointing up, so it looks a bit like it's a thin carpet. But if you now I can do it, I need this to grab hold of. It's just laying down there, so it's not attached or anything. I love that. But what we're gonna keep for the new mock is basically this exterior somehow, and put another level here, I guess. So it's gonna be a pretty basic, inspired by Lego Modulars building. But that's another video, the next video. Today it's the raised level. I'm not suggesting that you should build like this at home, but I basically never really press my buildings down so that they attach to the studs. I just want it to be easy to remove them if I want to make something else. And that has clearly been done here. That was not rehearsed. So it's just super easy to just get rid of everything. Like so. Maybe the pharmacy can go somewhere else. I mean, then I get some more space for my Peach Pit Central Perk mock. I would really like to do the Peach Pit. Actually, okay, this video is super confusing, but this old Lego Friends set, I mean, that could have the interior from the Peach Pit or inspired by it. So So I think that's that's a way to go. In Lego's original set, the pick-a-brick wall is behind the counter, which is a bit strange to me because that's not how it is in the Lego stores that I visit. But the good thing here is that now we're going to have all this space back here, so the pick-a-brick wall will be somewhere at the end of the store. Figured since we have all this real estate back here, it doesn't really have to be that wide anymore, so I'm just going to go 6 studs to the side here and work on a bit of an interior here and work on some interior there as well. And then I still have some space to have the stairs here, and I could go 1 more step on each side, or maybe 2 even. I've made this little street replica of these houses. Totally the same. I mean, look, if I move it further in front of the camera, it all lines up perfectly. The resemblance is stunning. I'm such a master builder. So that's going to go behind the counter as a display. On this side, we're just going to expand a bit on those shelves. And underneath, we have this like retro looking building, small house or a church or something. Put that down there, and then I just expanded on the pick-a-brick wall, so it's more epic, like so. The pick-a-brick wall in Copenhagen in Denmark is pretty small actually. I've seen bigger ones in the US, I guess. Well, I haven't been there, but I've seen in pictures. And here's some classic logos we will put in behind like that, because this part will be the apparel part, where we have some retro vintage clothing. This is from the M-Tron Space line, which was one of my favorite themes as a kid. That's gonna go in there in the middle. And here's one from the Pirates, which was also one of my favorites. And of course Castle, which was my absolute favorite. I wasn't actually into town when I was a kid. It's more in recent years. So that's pretty much the whole interior. Let's see how this will fit up here. Looks pretty good. So I have to make something here, and something here, and something here. I will probably put in some tiles here so I can lift the roof off. That's also like the street floor. Oh yeah, I totally forgot this very important muck. As you can see, it's a fire truck, so that's gonna go in here. Voila! I realized that I don't need the staircase on that side. That means that I get more space for the central perk muck. So we're gonna focus on this side instead. And I'm just gonna use some basic bricks that I have a lot of and that I don't need anywhere else, just to build a wall back here. So, and then another one here. Oh, that's so good. And then I will cover this up with this little gray wall, and that's just because it's going to be hidden and I don't want to use more of my dark gray pieces because I do not have so many of them. And this is how I made the staircase. Like so. And then we're gonna have this with the little rainbow poop. Goes in there. And I made this little ATM, or bankomat as we say in Sweden. They used to look like this. Maybe they still do. I never used cash because Sweden is a cashless society basically. Ooh la la. And I have that other piece in tan just so it looks a bit more worn down and that they fixed it with whatever they had at the moment. And here's the roof slash floor piece that's going to be up here. So it's easiest to remove it like a lid if if I want to have access to the interior. Now this front piece here, it's not part of the roof, so that means that we can attach this segment over there. Let's start with this little wall segment. However, this is part of it, so it's easy to lift like a handle. The Lego store sign. Let's see. There you go. And for that part, I'm just gonna have this plate. And then we have this advertisement poster that can go back here. So our brains are hardwired to notice faces. So I think that's a good way to lure the eye back there. Right, now I'm gonna work on some tiling here, but first off we could place some buildings. And that's the comic book shop. See how that goes. So now of course we can't open this without removing this, but I mean that's just the way it is. And next to it we're gonna have the high school, which is one of few buildings that I actually haven't modified in any way really. Just stack them on top. You can have this in different configurations pretty easily. I like to have it like this. Alright. Not so shabby, hey? Tiling has been done. I've added a little brick-based bird as well. And the stairs, pretty worn down. Like that look. I mean, that turned out rather lovely, to be honest with you guys. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay out of the nonsense, stay awesome, and please subscribe.